We are live here at the historic Frederick Douglass Memorial Bridge. Let me just do a righteous show. So this is the bridge, everybody. Oh, everybody's walking up right there. Oh, good. Okay, I'll save you seat. All right. Right. So they're walking up the bridge now. Yeah, recording. Yeah, right, right, right. Very nice bridge. So they gonna obviously they're gonna take down that other one, right? They're coming out with the marching brand led by Mayor Mario Bowser. Oh, Duke Ellington marching band. Thank you for the correction. Okay. Duke Ellington marching band. Yes, this is so good. This for Michelle. I'm saying this is for Michelle. Michelle. From Easter. Yeah, she's coming back.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day. Be
celebration could not have happened without the incredible efforts of many dedicated and passionate people. I want to thank Mayor Muriel Bowser and her team, especially Deputy Mayor John Falchicchio and staff, Acting DDOT Director Everett Lott. It was great to see your son yesterday and have him lead the stretching exercises. Councilmember Trayon White and all of the men and women across DC government who worked tirelessly to put these events together. And particularly on the day after Labor Day, I also want to thank those workers, iron workers and steel workers, laborers, engineers, operators, and others who built this bridge. I hope you take deserved, yes. I hope you take deserved pride in this incredible structure you created and built. Mayor Bowser, thank you for your leadership in not only persevering to complete the bridge project, but in also carrying on what Frederick Douglass stood for by fighting for the same rights for Washingtonians as every American living in every other state has, full representation. I also want to recognize the mayor's partners in the federal government. First, Majority Leader Congressman Steny Hoyer, whose energy and enthusiasm for uplifting the legacy of Frederick Douglass goes beyond this bridge. And of course, Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton. You have been an incredible ally over many years in supporting the Douglass legacy and one of the staunchest allies to the people of Washington, D.C. and Congress. Thank you for your tireless advocacy and relentless pursuit of freedom and justice for all Washingtonians. For as Frederick Douglass said, power concedes nothing without a demand. We're grateful that you have spent a lifetime demanding justice and representation. I also want to thank Ireland's ambassador to the United States, Dan Mulhall, for being here today. Like Frederick Douglass, my mother and I have been welcomed in Ireland, including when we both traveled to the Emerald Isle just a few weeks ago with the CIEE Frederick Douglass Global Fellows. And I want to thank Kristen Leary for her friendship and her tireless advocacy on behalf of FDFI. And a very special thank you to all my Douglass cousins and extended family who are here today. Will you all please stand? Thank you. And finally, I want to thank all of you for being here today. As I travel around the world, one of the most common questions I'm asked is, what would Frederick Douglass do if he were here today? It's a question I often dwell on, and it's not easy to speculate what one of the greatest freedom fighters of his time might say about the state of the nation and world today. But as his descendant, speaking on the day of the bridge ceremony, I'm obliged to offer a few ideas. Frederick Douglass was a punctual man, and he appreciated that quality in others. So I think he would heartily commend the engineers and workers for their industry and share his own great satisfaction that the bridge that bears his name was finished ahead of time. He also appreciated the virtues and benefits of physical exercise and was often found walking the grounds of his home and neighborhood of Cedar Hill, just beyond us on the southeast side of the river. So I think that he would voice a hearty approval of the bridge's unique accommodation for pedestrians and cyclists and its design providing opportunities for reflection and contemplation along the way. Frederick and his son, Charles, my great-great-grandfather, shared a special bond over their enjoyment of baseball that began here in D.C. In fact, when Charles became the president of the Negro League Washington Mutuals Baseball Club, they made Frederick an honorary member of the team in 1870. So I would not be surprised if my great ancestor told us today that he's looking forward to venturing out of his study at Cedar Hill early, a few days next summer, to walk across the bridge to catch an afternoon game at Nationals Park, just like my mother and my cousins and I did yesterday. Thank you, Mayor Bowser, for the sweet seats. The Nationals made our day by winning in the bottom of the ninth, and I think Frederick Douglass had something to do with that. You know, I'm fond of the eloquent poem by the first African-American U.S. poet, laureate Robert Hayden aptly named Frederick Douglass because it poses a question of the right and proper way to honor his legacy. This man, superb in love and logic, this man shall be remembered, oh, not with statues' rhetoric, not with legends and poems and wreaths of bronze alone, but with the lives grown out of his life, the lives fleshing his dream of the beautiful, needful thing. These lines resonate because I think my great-great-great-grandfather would take personal pride to be commemorated in such an honorable and spectacular way as in this bridge we're standing on. Yet the poem is also a reminder that monuments and words of remembrance alone, while pleasant, are almost an inspired his words and carried on his mantle and fight for justice, liberty, and equality. That is the ultimate commemoration and tribute to Frederick Douglass. Today, we see forces still on the march. They want to diminish voices they disagree with and abridge hard-fought rights. There are still those
want to thank our soloist, Miss Burnett, for a beautiful, beautiful introduction to today's ceremony. Our young people